Hey guys, Greg Christensen here, Grandview Livestock. Yeah, remember me? It's been a while since put anything up. Oh, been on vacation, a few other places, other guys been on vacation. But show you what we're doing here lately, a little different project is that we're grazing these sheep. Here you can see, we stripped grazed before, and you've probably seen it, but now we're not letting them back graze. See, and this is so they're going to be on this strip until tomorrow, and then they'll be moved again, and that fence that's behind them will be taken up and put in front of them. Well, see, we've already got the one set up directly in front of them, then that one will be set up in front of that one. So there's 3 fences here, and they just leapfrog over each other as we move the animals forward. We're doing this, see if we can get away from some of the parasite issues I told you that we were having. That way they're only on a place for a short time. The problem is, this pasture was grazed, and it's been a while, it was last spring, but I will say that probably all those worm eggs didn't just hatch in 20 days or whatever, and they're all gone yet. They probably, some hatch, and then later some others hatch, and some others hatch. It's been really dry, and so I don't know that, I'm just not confident that there's not any here. But we'll see. It's got to be better, I think. And there is some issues here in this particular pasture. To give them a day's worth, it's a long, narrow strip, and so they're quite close to the fence on both sides, that 2-wire polywire. And so far, they've not obeyed it real well. We haven't got them trained to that 2 wires. Part of the reason is because they're around that fence, they're so close to it all the time. They're either close to one or close to the other one. And so if you had a pasture that maybe this was more of a square instead of a long rectangle, you might get, I feel like it would be better, because maybe they're not going to be so close to this fence from one fence or the other. See, it's only, well, I don't know, maybe 30 yards from one fence to the other. So they're always close to one fence or the other there. It's, I don't know, it's running, I think around 6,000 volts. The perimeter fence is running 7 to 8. But just that poly wire, and it's got filaments in it, and it's just not as hot, just because of the way the wire is, maybe. I don't know why there's no short in those 2 poly wires running across here. So part of it's a training process for the ewes, part of it might just be a training process for us. We might figure out a better way of doing it. So we'll see how this works. Been doing it for, I don't know, probably a week. So, because here's what we're doing for water. Travis had this little Massey tractor. It's kind of handy to have around, actually. We put a couple of shuttles on this trailer that he had, running water down into this tank, float on it. So you can see those 2 tanks are tied together here, and then this is couplered and then necked down to that garden hose size. See that? And so it works pretty good, really. This was actually a taller tank that was cut down to make a shorter tank out of out of it so it's more usable for these small ruminants. And here's the mineral feeder. It can just be pulled on a four-wheeler or something. Now then we can fill these tanks from the pond over there. Well, as long as the pond has water in it. It's pretty dry and the pond is getting lower and lower. We could take them somewhere and put water in them. But we have a pump set up and we can pump water right into those tanks and it doesn't take too long to fill them. So that's how we're managing the water. So they'll move, and this water could, this trailer and everything could actually stay here, and just that tank will be put on the other side of the fence here, and then we just have to move the hose and dump the water out, move the tank over there. And so the tractor and the water doesn't have to be moved every day, and there's enough water in there for, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 days. Travis is kind of ramrodding this, and so I think he filled those tanks, and I don't know if it's yesterday or the day before, but they're only about, I don't know, maybe a third empty. So I know we're at least the second day on that, so they're gonna last a while. So yeah, we're gonna see how it works here. It's probably, I don't remember now, 450, 500 sheep using this much. Don't look like that many, but yeah, there are. It never looks like as many as there is, does it? But yeah, that's what's here. So hopefully we got enough grass to last them well into the winter, and we got a couple other pastures they can be moved to after we graze through this one's about 50 acres. So we'll see how it goes there, guys, and we'll keep you posted. Hey, have a good one.